Good evening, my friend, and welcome to Heat Race number 3 for the XCAL Racing's League 275 lap race from the Lanier International Speedway. My name is PDJ Zeller, as always in the broadcast booth. Tonight I will be joined by a very special color commentator that we'll introduce in a few moments. As always, you're listening to Telesign TV with Tanner Kalin doing the fantastic work behind the camera. As I said earlier, this is Heat Race number 3 of 4, the final one this evening for the XCAL Racing League 275, and we are about to get underway in this one. We have about a minute left in open qualifying as these guys wrap it up. About 30 cars look to take to the track in this one, and let me catch you up, my friend. The first two heat races were fantastic. Heat race number 1, we had a very epic battle going on for many positions throughout the field, but ultimately it was Kenny Tripp taking the checkered flag, leading from wire to wire in a dominant performance. Heat race number 2 showed us a little bit more ups and downs than the first one did. We had a lot of different guys leading that one. It was Noah Carpenter that seemed to have the dominant car, but internet issues actually took him out of competition, and he ended up not even finishing. Then at that point, Octavio Rondoletto gained the lead, but he got involved in an incident that was not of his doing. And after that, it turned out to be James Seawright out front for the final restart with 2 to go. However, it was Tyler Jalbert making a bump and run move to the inside to get by Seawright and ultimately take the victory. So a good win there. So what that means is that Jalbert and Kenny Tripp, both teammates on the same team as Tyler Batchelder, won heat races number 1 and 2. And as we sit right now with 10 seconds left in qualifying, Batchelder currently sits on the pole for heat race number 3. So that team is trying to get a 1-2-3 starting spot in this feature event. That'd be the first time that we would have seen a team do that. Their team is mainly asphalt. So curious to see what they can do here as qualifying wraps up. I am going to take you through the starting order here in heat race number 3, as we actually had a last-second change in position as Octavio Rondoletto jumped up the leaderboard right at the end here. Here's the starting order, though. On pole position, position number 1 will be the number 53 of Tyler Batchelder. In second, in the number 48, will be Octavio Rondoletto. In third, in the number 87, will be Colin R. Hoffner. Fourth, in the number 16, will be Patrick Sullivan. Fifth, in the number 42, will be Noah Carpenter. Sixth, in the number 7, will be Pedro Jose Luis Bywans. Seventh will be Tyler McRae in the 99. Eighth will be Ryman Castle in the number 1. Ninth will be the 4 of Greg Holes. 10th will be the 28 of Stephen Rex. 11th will be the number 5 of Derek Colson. 12th will be the number 23 of Jeff Hooper. 13th will be the number 2 of Benjamin Eaton. 14th will be the 21 of Tiffany Anklem. 15th will be the number 8 of Martin McCarva. 16th will be the 26th of Brad Galogly. 17th will be the 29 of Andrew Ford. 18th will be the number 9 of Michael Christian. 19th will be the 78 of Michael Pekejovic. 20th will be the 062 of Johnny B. 21st will be the 193 of Joshua Borje Bonkowski, the Fox. 22nd will be the 12 of Ed Brown. 23rd will be the 00 of Michael DeLong. 24th will be the 19 of Cody Leos. 25th will be the 82 of Alex Gangler. 26th will be the 46th of Matthew Bear. 27th will be the number 30 of Stephen Baird. 28th will be the 72 of Getty Smith. 29th will be the number 20 of Jay DeBuke. 30th will be Blake Barney in the 92. 31st will be Michael Hendrickson in the 31. 32nd will be Chuck Barrett in the 93. And riding shotgun on the field will be the number 17 of William Karp. And at this time, as we have all the cars on the grid getting ready to go, I'm going to introduce you to the second member of our broadcast booth, our color commentator tonight, Paul Coleman Jr. Paul, welcome to the booth. What do you think are going to be the keys of the race in this one?
Hey, first of all, I just want to thank you for having me. Thank the whoever voted me to come back after last week. It's great. Keys to this race, I got in, did a couple practice laps out there with the guys. Just number 1, keeping it off the wall. So a lot of people kind of exiting 4 and kind of hitting the wall there a little bit. So hopefully they can do it, keep a clean car, and just find your braking points. I think if they can do that, that's going to be a way to get through, at least to qualify in the top group to make it through to tomorrow.
Well, the top 10 transfers, there's 10 transfer spots, Paul. And as a guy who has raced right near them transfer spots before, I know you've raced around that 10th transfer spot in some heat races in your day. What's really the key with that one is obviously this is the second to last heat race. The intensity is high for those last few transfer spots.
Oh, absolutely.
We'll look forward to seeing the battles there, as the front row is going to be Tyler Batchelder and Octavio Rondoletto. The pace car brings him around 3 and 4. This should be a fun heat race. I was actually talking to Paul before the race, and I said I really think that there's about 10 guys that have a realistic shot at this. Pretty much everyone who qualified in the top 10, outside of Ryman Castle, I've never seen him before. Don't know a lot about him. The other 9 guys, though, they were all contenders in the first 2 heat races, but got taken out due to various incidents. This should be a good one, but the big storyline here is, can Batchelder win this heat race and make his team start 1, 2, 3 in tomorrow's feature event? Here we come down into turn number 3. The iRacing Ford Mustang makes that hard left-hand turn. Field at the Batchelder's mercy. Green flag in the air. We're down and away, and it's Rondoletto on the high side, getting a good run. Rondoletto races side by side with Batchelder, heading off of turn number 2. Batchelder pulls back up to his door. They go side by side for the top spot. Here comes Hoffner in the 87 car. He's looking to the inside to try to make something happen here. Up top, though, it's Rondoletto fighting hard back to Batchelder. Batchelder, though, will get the position. It's going to be Batchelder's spot as they head down into turn number 1, move Hoffner into second now, and Rondoletto, he just needs to try to find a way down low. You know, Paul, that's going to be a big key in this race, is getting to the low side.
Absolutely, the low line's where you want to run. Like I said earlier there, if you get up top, that wall will bring you right in, so you want to stay low.
Speaking of going low, here comes a battle for second. Noah Carpenter goes down low as the 87 looks to the high side of Batchelder. Hoffner trying to make a power move to the outside, just talking about the low side. Hoffner tries the high side, nothing doing there. Oh, Batchelder gets all sorts of sideways. He gets a bump from Carpenter now. Carpenter makes it 3 wide, and the caution is now saved by the bell as Tyler Batchelder, I think, will still be the leader.
So that was that started with the 7 there, getting you're talking about getting low, but he got just a little too low there, got loose, wasn't able to save it, and quite a few cars got into him there.
Yeah, looking at that, like you said, it looks like he got a little loose, and then actually looks like, I don't know if Greg Holes actually made contact with him. It was awfully close, but then 7 ended up taking out Derek Colson too. We were joking before the race with Derek, he's had awful luck today, and it has just not gotten any better. So that'll bring out the yellow flag. But Batchelder will be the leader, as he was just barely ahead at the time of caution there, Paul. So truly saved by the bell there was Tyler.
And that's exactly right where you said the action would be there, right around 10th place for the transfer spot. So those guys getting at it early.
They certainly are. Here's an updated top 10 for you. Batchelder leads, Hoffner second, Carpenter third, Rondoletto fourth, Cray 5th, Castle 6th, Sullivan 7th, Holes 8th, Rex 9th, and Benjamin Eaton now moves into the top 10 as he is the final car in a transfer spot. First 5 out are Martin Merkava, Andrew Ford, Brad Galogly, Michael Christian, and Derek Colson. And Paul, a familiar face in this field that we haven't seen qualify for a feature event this year. Blake Barney, I see his name in here. I'm sure you remember Blake from back in the day.
I do remember Blake from 2014. It'd be interesting to see. I haven't seen Blake run a lot since 2014, 2015. He didn't run a lot of practice there, but he's moved himself. Expect him to get to a transfer spot here very quickly.
Absolutely there, Paul. Sorry, cut out for a second. I didn't mean to come over you. But the 92 Blake Barney, it's funny because I'm sure you remember him as the kid with the funny voice back in 2014. He's actually a young man now, 20 years old, and he actually races modifieds up in the Northeast quite a bit. I'm sure that's hard to believe for me, and I'm sure it is for all the old XCAL members. But they're actually pretty good too, from my understanding. He can win every now and again.
That's phenomenal. It's amazing how you get to see a lot of these young guys that were kids, for the most part, running iRacing, if you will, nowadays.
Yep. And Paul, I'm going to tell you, your mic does keep cutting out when you talk, like in the middle of a sentence. So maybe
I'm going to need to change myself. And this is again, the drivers have heat races to kind of feel out the track. I'm doing this heat race as a way to kind of feel out the color commentary thing. I got some setup issues I need to work on, but I think I know what they are, and we'll be good to go for tomorrow night.
Amen. All right. Well, the pace car makes the hard left-hand turn. Field is at the mercy of Batchelder. Green flag in the air. Hoffner jumps the start. He takes the top spot. Race control might have to review that one. What'd you see there, Paul? You think that was clean? You think that was just a little mind games being played?
I think that was a little mind games. It's a heat. I think they'll let it go, but if that was the race tomorrow night, he'd be black flag for sure.
Well, for the time being, Hoffner takes the top spot. Now Carpenter moves down into the second position, and Batchelder really got the poor end of the stick there, as he's now racing on the outside for third with Octavio Rondoletto. Rondoletto races hard. No, Rondoletto gets all sorts of sideways. He hangs on to it and will actually...
we got the 29 on the wall in the back of the track there. The 29's in the wall.
29 in the wall. No, we have a second wreck now that I just saw out of the corner of my eye, I believe. Greg Holes actually was able to save it. That's the 29 you said of Andrew Ford, as that car looks all sorts of mangled. Let's see what happened there. What'd you see, Paul?
I saw the 29 get loose, and then I can't catch the second car number, but the 29 just kind of got loose, got eaten up by that back wall there, and I missed the car number that ran in the back of him.
I believe that was actually the 00 of Michael DeLong. So Michael DeLong got collected in that one. Also in that one, I see the 46 of Matthew Bear. Joshua Borje Bonkowski got a piece of it. And yeah, that was an unfortunate one, but that Andrew Ford car is all sorts of mangled now, as we're under our second caution of this very short heat race. And Paul, 50 laps at Lanier is really nothing. It's about, if it's green, it's about an 8-minute race. It's that quick here. So we're already on lap number 15, and we've had 2 cautions. And
it's so hard to bounce back from any sort of adversity. Just anything that would put you in the back of the pack here, it's so hard to climb up.
It truly is. And Andrew Ford will be penalized for that incident, so he is given an EOL penalty. But one thing to note here, Hoffner in the top spot now, Carpenter on the outside. Carpenter was the dominant car in heat race number 2. Carpenter certainly had the car to beat, it seemed like. I think he was a little faster than Jalbert and a little bit faster than the other competitors in that one. Didn't qualify that well in this one, but already finds himself up in the second. Keep an eye on that 42 car. I think he has a little revenge on his mind. He wants to get the heat race that he feels like got away from him. Also, Hoffner, he was racing in the top 3 when he wrecked in the last heat race. So really a lot of guys that have struggled all night. And even Octavio. I can even say Octavio was leading that last heat race. And while he was leading, a lap car spun in front of him, and he just nailed him and got too much damage to carry on. So a lot of different storylines here, a lot of different guys trying to transfer into the show. But a lot of guys that have had bad luck tonight running up front, as the caution will be delayed 1 lap. But sometimes that's just the key to an XCAL race, you know. These heat races, you're going to have bad luck, but you just got to stick with it. You got to keep going. You got to keep at it, and you got to keep trying to finish, and eventually one of them will work out for you.
Absolutely, and that's why we do 4 of them, right? Because if one doesn't work out, you get another chance. But that's going to play into, I think, Hoffner's psyche here is how hard will he race the 42, knowing that he did wreck out at the last one. You know, it doesn't. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether you finish first or 10th, as long as you make it in the main feature. So I don't see him racing him too aggressively if it matters for transferring in or not.
That is true, but however, we did see him make that really aggressive move on the restart, and we did see him force a 3 wide once early, so I'll be curious to see what Hoffner does here. Here we go. Pace car is going to make that hard left-hand turn. Field in the hands of Colin Hoffner, and green flag in the air. It's about a dead heat, but Carpenter's going to check up to make sure he didn't beat him to the stripe. Hoffner takes the top spot now as Carpenter sticks to his outside. Carpenter with a good run off the corner. They draw dead even heading down into turn number 3. On the outside, Carpenter inches ahead for a moment, gets nothing there. He's going to slide in behind him now. Let's see if Carpenter gets a little antsy, maybe uses the bumper a little bit as Batchelder runs behind him. Batchelder just trying to get back that lead that he probably feels was wrongly taken away from him. As now, Carpenter gets the inside of Hoffner, moves Hoffner up the racetrack. Hoffner's going to hang on. He's going to be in about 4th now, but a little bump and run there by Carpenter, Paul, and I'm sure the 87 car is not going to forget that.
He's not. Oh, and we got the 2 and the 28 spinning around, the 9's into him, and we got a whole bunch of other cars, and looks like the 6 or the 8 there is flipping over.
That will draw the caution there. Well, I see what happened there, Paul, though. But lastly, on that 87, that was that's one of them deals where if it comes down to the end of this heat race and the 87's behind the 42, I don't think he's going to let him win that race.
It's going to be interesting to see. Again, like I said, will he, will cooler heads prevail? And will he remember that for tomorrow, or will he try to make him try to requalify at 3 o'clock?
All right, here's what happened on that incident. 2 car, like Paul said, looks like the 28 was coming into the corner and just kind of cut off the 2 a little bit. Cut off the 2, caused the 2 to spin, the 9 got in it. I see the 12, the 30, the 06-2, Gangler got a piece of it. Pedro By-Ones actually came to a complete stop to get one free and take the positions back. And we will be under caution for the moment being. And Paul, looking at our top 10 now, we have Carpenter in the lead, Batchelder in 2nd, McRae in 3rd.
Who's 10th?
Ryman Castle in 4th, 5th Colin Hoffner, 6th Octavio Rondoletto, 7th Greg Hulls, 8th Martin Murfka, 9th Derek Colson, and yep, Paul, 10th is Blake Barney after starting 30th. He has already worked his way up into the top 10, and I have a feeling he's not done moving up positions yet.
I am a charter member of the Blake Barney fan club. I think he's going to get something done here tonight.
Hey, it's half the race to do it. This time by halfway down, halfway to go in this one. As Carpenter continues to show the way around the track. I'm just going to be curious here, Paul, to see what the 99 car does in the restart. Because we all know Tyler McRae is an aggressive driver, more so than most. He's the type of driver that he's not afraid to stick his nose in the hole that might be there, you know? And on this restart, being in third, I'll be curious to see if he maybe tries to make a move down into turn one to take that lead, knowing that maybe those two cars in front of him are a little faster, and he needs to get what he's got to get quick.
Absolutely. You're having some issues there. You don't want to be directly behind that either, so I think that's a good call on your part to try to get in front of that.
Absolutely, and Ryman Castle's the real wild card here. None of us know him. He kind of just showed up to this heat race. I think he just saw us in the hosted sessions, and we will see what Castle can do here. He's quick, though. I'll give him that much. He's up in fourth right now. He ran a good qualifying lap. Let's see what he can do. This time by one lap till we go green flag. Carpenter has the field at his mercy. Tyler Batchelder's on his outside. Remember, big storyline here. Batchelder wants to win this heat race to make sure his team has those 1, 2, 3 starting positions tomorrow. Here we come down into turns number 3 and 4 for the last time. And now the field is at the mercy of Noah Carpenter. Green flag in the air. We are down and away. And it's the 53 car on the high side with a great jump there. Maybe learning a lesson from Hoffner that last time. The 53 races side by side with Tyler McRae. The one car thinks about making it 3 wide. He thinks better of. It's going to slide down in the line. Now Batchelder has a minefield of race cars behind him and no hole to come down into. Here we go now. Hoffner works his way to the inside of the 53. That's the battle for fourth. Hoffner will prevail as Rondoletto now works to the inside of the 53. Going the wrong way is Tyler Batchelder. Going the right way right now is Ryman Castle as he works behind Tyler McRae in second. McRae continues to run in second. 20 laps to go this time by. That Castle car is kind of loose as now Rondoletto makes a move on Hoffner. Rondoletto drops down low. They battle for the fourth position. Rondoletto is going to bump him in the door a little bit. That time by the stripe, it was Rondoletto. Hoffner drives it deep in, but Rondoletto is going to get that good run off. They remain about dead even as they come off the corner. And this time by, it will be Rondoletto, I think, is going to get the position. Yep, he got the good run off the corner. And Rondoletto now is underneath the one car of Castle. Castle now going the wrong way as Rondoletto makes his way under him for the third spot. And Castle, if he's not careful here, he could lose 3 spots. Rondoletto underneath him, and Rondoletto gives him a little bump. Now Hoffner gets underneath Rondoletto. Nice move there by Hoffner, who's actually going to let Rondoletto take it. As 4-car Greg Holes walks up on this battle, Paul, is a pretty good battle going on right now for third.
Absolutely. I've been checking out here. There's a great battle back down here for the transfer spot between the 2 5s there, Derek Olson and I believe that's Petchovic, if I can pronounce that. Stuff here for the last transfer spot. You might see a spin.
Great battle going on right now for about the 6th position, that is now, 5th, as Ryman Castle holds off Batchelder. Here comes your guy, Blake Barney. He just made a pass on Greg Holes for 7th. Barney has a top 5 in his sights as he works his way right up to the bumper of Tyler Batchelder now. Batchelder trying to find a way around Ryman Castle, but it's Blake Barney in the 92 car with a nice move off the corner. Barney, that car is awfully quick. He moves his way up to the 6th spot now. He'll set his sights in the top 5 in Castle. And I can't speak to how impressive it is to have that clean of a car as he has right now after starting in 30th. He's knocking on the door of the top 5 right now. What a run for Blake Barney.
Very impressive. Looks like he's got those skills that he was showing a few years ago. He's right there.
Rondoletto goes around from the third spot. No caution will fly. He was out of the way, but Hoffner got into him coming off the corner, and that will not bring out a caution, but a terrible break there for Octavio Rondoletto, who was running in third. Here we go now. Battle going on as Hoffner is falling back after that one a little bit. Barney is going to make his way underneath him for the 5th spot, or actually 4th. Barney now runs right behind Ryman Castle, who's in 3rd. Barney's going to be knocking on the door of a podium before this one's over, and if we got another caution, he has an outside shot at taking this thing. Barney now rides right behind Castle, who runs awfully low on the speedway. That's not good to keep your speed up. Barney dives underneath him as Batchelder goes around. Tyler Batchelder spins, but Blake Barney's going to take the 3rd position away from Ryman Castle as Castle's just trying to wreck him. What is he doing, that one car? And now they're all just beating and banging, going off each other. There's 8 to go, and Castle puts him in the fence almost. I don't know what the deal was there with the one car.
Yeah, I don't understand that. They're all of them are in a transfer spot that, heads to move on to tomorrow night.
Well, Barney now is going to have to collect his cool. He's still in the 5th spot, but he is not too far behind Castle, and I'll tell you what, if he gets back up to that one car, as a race car driver, I know how he feels right now, and he's probably going to have to give the bumper to that one car. Up front, you're not missing much. Noah Carpenter's checked out on the field, and Tyler McRae has a huge lead over third. The battle right now is for this third spot as we have a minefield of race cars going at it. A tough break, by the way, for that 53 Apache. Today has just not been his day. As this time by, there's 6 to go. Epic battle for third right now. Oh, here we go.
It's an amazing battle. Back here, I'm watching the battle for 8th, 9th, and 10th. These guys are racing like they're running for first. Between Marvika, Christensen, and Hendrickson here.
Here we go.
Side by side.
Barney has made his way around Colin Hoffner. 4 to go this time by. He runs right on the bumper of the one car. No more cautions. XCAL will not throw the caution within 5 laps to go. Does Barney make it ugly here with the one car? He gets into the corner. He gives the one a nudge, moves him up the racetrack. Barney goes to the inside. He wants that third spot. However, he didn't wreck the one. He made it respectful. He now doors the one up the racetrack. That opens the door up for Hoffner. The one car is going to stick with the 92. Let's see what happens going down here in the 3. It's Hoffner on the inside. Now the one had no line to try to make a retaliation attempt there at the 92. So Barney will take third, and the 87 will take fourth, as the one car gives him a huge shove. 2 to go that time by the flag. Stan Hoffner continues to run in the 4th spot. The Castle machine moves to the inside.
Oh, we got the 8 and the 28 wrecking in the back there, just on the
8 and 28. They were out of a transfer spot, though. They were 11th and 12th. Here we go. Big battle now. The one gets back by the 87. Checkered flag in the air, and it's going to be Noah Carpenter taking it. Second's Tyler McRae. Third's Blake Barney. A drag race now for the 5th position. It's going to be Greg Holes holding on to that one. Your final finishing orders: Noah Carpenter in 1st, Tyler McRae in 2nd, Blake Barney 3rd, Ryman Castle 4th, Greg Holes 5th, Colin Hoffner 6th, Derek Colson 7th, Michael Petrovich 8th, Michael Christian 9th, and Michael Hendrickson in 10th, as we have 3 Michaels rounding out the top 10. The first 4 cars to miss were Brad Galogli, Patrick Sullivan, Tyler Batchelder, and Octavio Rondoletto, as that one had all sorts of action in that one. What an epic race there, Paul, as we're going to try to get Noah Carpenter up here in victory lane.
I was surprised he was able to hold on there. But yeah, there was exciting racing all the way through, whether it's in the top spot, watching Blake's efforts, or the battle for 10th there. That did shift about 3 or 4 times before the accident. So, exciting racing up and down the top 10.
Yep, and we're trying to get a hold here of Noah Carpenter. He's actually in the Discord, and we're just waiting for him to unmute his mic here in a moment as he does his burnouts on the racetrack. We're going to get a quick word in here with the heat race winner. As he's in here. We're just waiting on to unmute his mic. If you can hear me, Noah, unmute your mic so we can give you a little bit of an interview here as you won heat race number 3, and we'll be starting the top 4. There we go, Noah. We're down here in victory lane with you.
Hello.
And Noah, after having a tough go in heat race number 1, or heat race number 2, where it looked like you had one of the dominant cars, internet issues took you out of the running there. A little bit of redemption here in heat race number 3, huh? Noah, you have a copy? I think we have technical issues here with
right now. They're talking in iRacing.
Noah Carpenter. You got a copy?
Yes, hello?
Yeah, Noah, you're here in Victory Lane live on the broadcast. Congratulations on winning that race. Heat race number 2, you had things not really go your way. Internet issues took you out of the running there, even though it looked like you had the dominant car. Here in heat race number 3, a little bit of redemption. How does it feel to get back out there knowing what happened in heat race number 2 and able to win heat race number 3?
It's a huge relief, because I don't want to have to go out there and run a whole nother race. Knowing that I got the shot at it and was able to get it done.
Absolutely, Noah. And, before I let you go and celebrate with your team, I do got to ask you, though. Do you have any sponsors, crew, or teammates you'd like to thank here in Victory Lane?
I'd like to thank my mom and dad for buying me my sim racing setup and letting me just be able to do this.
All right, Noah. Well, best of luck to you tomorrow. I hope we see you run good, buddy.
Okay, thank you.
Of course. So that was your race winner there, Noah Carpenter, a man of few words.
I just got to interject. That's awesome that he thanked his parents. That's a huge thing.
Yeah, Aquinas did it too a couple weeks ago. It's cool when they do that. Paul, any closing thoughts here before we wrap this up?
exciting racing. There's a couple guys that I think probably deserve to be in tomorrow night's feature, but they got to essentially do the LCQ at 3, and hopefully they come at it with a little different racing attitude there. As I highlighted in the beginning, really it's about getting in the top 10 to make the feature, and there might be some people going home tomorrow before the big feature if they can't.
All right. Well, my name is PDJ Zeller.
Not hit each other.
Oh, sorry, Paul, you cut out there, and I thought you were done talking. All right, well, we're going to wrap this up. My name is PDJ Zeller. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you so much to Paul Coleman Jr. for joining me. He'll be joining me tomorrow evening as well. Great job, as always, to Tanner Kalin and everyone at Telesign TV for doing a good job with the camera work. On behalf of XCAL Racing and Aaron Hillebush, thank you for tuning in this evening. We'll see you tomorrow night. Take it easy, folks.